More than anything in this world, what's going on, team? So far, so good. Oh man, it's going great. This is our month, right? We got the whole year. We've claimed March for new plays here in Knoxville. Every Friday this month, we have new plays going on. Some of you would have caught the thesis last week. That was by Lee Franklin. That started off our new play festival. That is still on our Facebook page. I believe that is at TN Stageco. Correct me if I'm wrong, Caitlin. Great. Oh yeah. It, oh, I didn't know where up was. The internet's hard, you guys. My name's Harrison Young. I am the literary manager for the Tennessee Stage Company, and it's an honor to be here with you, bringing out these new plays. So we, oh yeah, that is correct. That is right. So sleepy. That is right. That is the process. We do this as a part of the continued process for developing plays. And so, for many of you, you'll be familiar with what the Tennessee Stage Company used to do. That is where we would be having three table readings, give or take, each year. And then, after rewrites and audience participation, about two of those, give or take, would come back for a stage reading the next year where they would no longer just be reading the script from a table. They would then have basic props and lighting. And then after rewrites and audience participation from there, then generally we would bring about one of those back for a world premiere. That used to be the way we would bottleneck things for a 3 year process for plays to help make sure that we're bringing the best plays for you and that we're continuing to work with multiple artists in this way. However, Caitlin, have you heard of this thing called COVID-19? Okay, it happened. I understand. Oh my goodness. We're all being affected in different ways. I had not thought about the curtains, but I want to share them more seriously to this point. That and I see Howard putting in the chat here, representing Broadway at Home family over here, that it was exactly 2 years ago today that COVID was declared pandemic by WHO. We've come a long way, and it's terribly wild to think about what all has been happening. What we've tried to do to accommodate our process with the way the world has shifted is, boy, have we've tried to change things up our way. Last year we did 5 different digital readings for new play festivals. And then this year, not only have we continued keeping some of that process by doing 2 of them, tonight being the second of those 2. And by the way, tonight's the second of 2 true stories. So we have that to look forward to as well. But then later this month, we've also tried to evolve this process because we missed premiering new plays. So what we did was we had gotten smaller casts for 2 shows. One of them we saw last year, Graveyard in Madrid, that Caitlin was in, and then also one from. That's correct. That's right. Oh yeah. Yes, there is a distinction. Again, weird times that we've gone through, right? And so, on top of that play, there was also a play from 2 years ago that was a table reading called X's and O's, now called In Loving Memory. I bring those 2 up because you can look forward to those having filmed versions edited. They are fully produced, and you can look forward to those coming up later this month on Fridays. And so, you have, I believe, a Graveyard of Madrid a week from today, and then 2 weeks from today would be a loving memory with that. Um, I want to make sure you guys know as we work on this process, this is a process that takes your support and many others to be able to make sure that we're making this work as best as possible. Tonight is a free reading with donations encouraged. Whenever we bring out the recordings, those would have a minimum donation of $2.70. Caitlin, do you know why we were asking for $2.70? That there seems to be lag. I'll answer it. Caitlin knows the answer anyway. It's because there is the 27th annual New Play Festival of what's going on with us. So 27 years of this, we want to make sure we continue doing this great work with you. So that is what's going on. Oh, I did. No, it's great. I'm in surround sound now. Doing great.
Good evening, everyone. We're awfully happy that you're here tonight, and we hope that you have a good time. We hope you enjoy our reading tonight of Turpentine. We hope that it stimulates some great conversation for the playwright. That's a big part of what we do with our New Play Festival is try to help playwrights as they are working on their shows and trying to help them see where their shows might go, how they can be developed. So as you watch, please be thinking about things you might like to talk over with the playwright at the end of the play. And I just want to quickly reiterate what Harrison and Caitlin have mentioned here this evening. Your support is a tremendous part of how we've been able to keep the New Play Festival going. This is our 27th year of doing a New Play Festival. So much of that is due to your support. We depend on it. We need it. We very much appreciate anyone who can make a donation tonight through PayPal or through Venmo. You can send us a check. But your support helps the New Play Festival come back year after year. And if you enjoy the show tonight, or if you think the show was fine, but you can think of some ways to improve it, send us a letter on ideas to improve it and put a check in there. And it'll mean the world to us. We hope you have a good time tonight. We appreciate you being here. I'm going to turn things back over to Harrison and Caitlin so we can get started with our wonderful reading tonight of Turpentine. Thank you,
Thank
everybody.
Thank you, Tom. I would like to just make sure everybody knows tonight's show is Turpentine. It's written by a fellow Tennessean, Brenden Taylor. Caitlin did mention the international cast. Many of these you'll recognize locally. We do have somebody in Canada as well. And this is directed by Jade Hurst. We've got a terrific team coming together who's put in a lot of hard work with this. As far as potential content warnings for anybody that has anything they should be aware of, it's hard for me to say much without spoiling things, but if anybody has any sort of medical ickiness of things, it's probably the closest thing I know to bring to your attention with it. All right. Uh, Yeah, one final thing. I hate to hold us up any longer from a great show here. Just want to remind everybody with this being live theater, please keep in mind any particular challenges that come up. If that does happen, we will return to the show as quickly as possible. Same thing goes if we have any pets or anything. Again, this pandemic does bring us home. We do this all in an effort to bring you the very best show possible. That's correct. ladies and gentlemen.
The cozy, Act 1, setting, the cozy yet faded interior of the Carroll home. There are 3 entrance points, the front door, the back door, and a hallway that leads to Thankful's room. In the living space are a comfortable couch and an easy chair with a coffee table close by. A lonely wooden rocking chair also haunts the room with its presence. A tarnished metal pail sits by it. A wood-cooked stove lines the upper wall with a wooden dining table and chairs in the front of it. At rise, William sits in the rocking chair, whittling a piece of wood. The shavings fall into the bucket. A moment passes, and then Didyma enters from the hallway, carrying the tray of a breakfast half eaten. It is the late morning of Sunday, January 25th, 1874.
How's the little angel doing?
She's all right. She's sleeping now.
Good,
She wouldn't touch her food.
good.
What?
I mean, that's not so good.
You haven't touched a single thing yourself.
I know. I'm not that hungry.
You have to eat something, hun. One member of this family turning down my ham and grits is bad enough. People will begin to think that I can't cook a decent meal.
Well, we can't have that now, can we?
She places the breakfast tray on the table. William smiles as he crosses to and sits at the table and begins to enjoy the meal.
Not while I'm alive, dear. Say what you want after I'm gone, but while I'm still alive and kicking, my grits will always captivate the bowls. See what I mean?
Did it, Carol? Since you make such awfully pleasing victuals, I'll let you slide this time. But I'd be careful calling your man a bull. Others might start calling you my heifer. See what I mean? Then again, I never put much stock into what people say here anyway.
William, don't you start again.
I'm sorry, man. I just can't help it.
Listen, honey, ain't no storm in life gonna wreck my bull. I love him too much for that.
And he's all the better for it. If we could only say the same for Thankful.
You're a loving father, William. As much as I miss James, I know he would trust you with that girl like I do.
You've kept that trust for 5 years now. Years of shaking, spitting, screaming, heaving, everybody praying for the girl, but no one knowing how to help us out.
And I'll keep it longer if I have to, Will.
I just want what's best for her.
Just love her and stay with her like you have. If you can't do more than that, it'll always be enough for us.
To be completely honest, I'm a little nervous about our company today.
Why are you nervous?
I just don't know if he can help our girl. So many other doctors give up when they examine her. They try their remedies and medicines and give up in the end. No one has been able to accomplish anything. And I'm afraid this new man will give her up just like everybody else. He's only coming over because Bartley sent for him.
Oh, Dr. White.
Why'd you say it like that?
I don't like him in our house.
What? What do you mean? Bartley's a noble man.
He has had a toxic influence on you. When he's around you, you act like him, you sound like him, you speak like him.
He's more intelligent than me, did he?
He only seems that way because he went to doctor school. Oh, I'm sure they taught him everything he knows, but he's crude. He has no decency.
Well, I still want him to have him just in case. He's coming over now with that new doctor to examine her again and make sure she's ready for the new medicine.
That's fine. That's fine.
And who knows? He and this doctor might even have the right idea.
We can only hope.
Oh, that might be him right now.
William rises and crosses to the front door and opens it. Dr. White and Dr. Berger are standing there and are each carrying a doctor's bag.
Bartley.
Hello, my boy.
Come on in, sir.
Oh, thank you, William.
And you must be...
Dr. Joshua Berger, Mr. Carroll.
Come on in.
Hello, Dee Dee.
Hello, Dr. White.
Didyma, please. You know you can call me Bartley. I've been trying to get you to call me Bartley since the first day I started visiting your wonderful home.
Oh, I know, Dr. White. And I've been asking you to call me Miss Carroll ever since then, too.
Did it, honey?
Sorry, dear. Sorry, Dr. White.
No problem at all.
Who else have you absconded with today?
This is Dr. Joshua Berger. He graduated from the University of Nashville a mere 2 years after I did.
Well, I hope he learned some manners in his time.
Did it, please?
Actually, Mrs. Didyma, I didn't pick up any manners from school. I got them from my mama.
Oh, now that is the right answer. You gentlemen catch up. I'll check on Thankful, make sure that she's ready for your visit. You make yourselves at home.
All right, Bartley. Tell me what you got.
Before we start, would you be a sport and pour an old man like myself a cup of joe?
Of course. Dr. Berger, the same?
No, thank you. I'm fine. I'd like to go ahead with our discussion now, if I may.
Suit yourself.
Well, from what our Dr. White has shared with me, we may not fully understand what's happening to the girl.
Go on.
Never getting out of bed, always throwing up her food, shaking till she passes out.
I live here too, boy. I know what she's going through.
I must apologize. I didn't intend an insult.
Joshua, you're okay. Now, William, listen to the boy.
Maybe we should start from the beginning. Hello, Mr. Carroll. My name is Joshua. I'd like to help your daughter, if I may. Thank you, sir. How long has Thankful been like this?
What's that?
How long has your daughter been afflicted with whatever is afflicting her?
It started just a couple years ago. She lost her appetite and got winded quicker than the rest of us. Couldn't sleep a wink.
Can you recall what time of year that was?
Summer, I believe. We were working in the fields just like we always do.
Oh, must have been exhausting for y'all.
That it is, Bartley, that it is.
On these blistering summer days, do you have plenty of water?
We got a well just in the yard over there, but when we're working, there's a creek around the field.
Fresh and clean water?
Yes, as fresh and clean as it could be.
And after that summer, what?
She just started slowing down is all. She hasn't gotten better ever since.
Would you like to hear my thoughts?
Bartley, do you trust this boy?
Yes, I do, William. He's a good man.
All right, Berger, what do you suppose?
I reckon it's a parasite.
A parasite?
Yes.
What do you mean a parasite?
I believe something not of Thankful has made her body its home.
Really? You think there's something living in my daughter?
We see no other way around it, Will. How many doctors have you seen? How much medicine has she taken? How much of it hadn't worked?
Too many and too much.
Well, we believe that whatever it is, it's gotten used to all the herbs and relics you've used before. Instead of trying to heal your girl, we need to try and clean her out.
If it is a natural living thing.
What do you mean, if?
Well, I had heard around town.
What have you heard?
William, steady now.
No. Tell me what you heard.
William, just hear the boy out.
I'm trying to, Bartley. Tell me, Dr. Berger, what have you heard?
That there may be something inside of her. Something that can move and twist and turn and roll within her.
And what do you think it is, Doctor?
I don't know. I can't be sure. I'd have to look for myself.
Oh, I'm sure you already have an idea. Just tell me.
I've heard that she may be.
Go ahead and say it.
possessed by a demon.
And who told you that lie, boy?
William, let him go.
Now, what was it from the minister and his church hymns?
William, please.
I don't know.
You better know, boy, or I'll.
Is Thankful. She's shaking again.
Bartley, please.
Yes, William.
I suppose I should go too.
I think two's plenty of company, boy.
Please, Mr. Carroll.
If you believe my daughter is possessed, I don't want you anywhere near my girl. You and all the churchy folks need to just stay away. Keep your superstitions out of here.
William, let him go. He can't help our girl if you won't let him in.
Didyma and Berger exit hurriedly through the hallway. A moment passes as William takes in the scene and then gradually makes his way back to his rocking chair.
Come on in, Rev.
Thank you, William. Don't sound so excited. Don't sound so disappointed, my friend.
Sorry, Rev. Thankful's just had another attack right before you came in.
Another? Should I?
But Diddy and Bartley and a new doctor are tending to her now. It's a small room back there, Rev.
I understand.
Good.
So, how are things?
Fair to middling, Rev. Fair to middling. Go ahead and get your biscuit. Diddy would kill me if I didn't give you one.
Much obliged. Thank you. You know, I never really knew what that means.
It's just a biscuit, Rev. It's not supposed to mean anything.
I mean that phrase, fair to middling.
Oh, sorry, Rev. It means not too bad, but not too good at the same time. Can't be bothered by much, and can't be helped none either. At least that's how I use it.
I see. Well, how's Diddy?
She's fine, Rev. She's fine. She's back with Thankful right now.
Well, maybe I ought to go back there and...
We already got a couple doctors back there, so it's a little crowded.
Well, is there anything I can do?
Sit down if you like. I'm sure Diddy would love to see you.
I mean for you, William.
Tell those church hens of yours to stop clucking about my daughter.
Are they?
Yes, they are. Just this past week, I heard them clucking back in town. It isn't hard to understand, you know, when good and loving preachers tells them what they want to hear and stirs the pot.
William, please. I never said possession.
And yet the rumor mill just keeps on going.
I don't know what else to say about it.
Do you remember how that rumor started?
No.
When you told the congregation something moved inside my girl. You said that you finished praying over her one night, and even though she was asleep, you saw that something moved within her, right? That something moved within her, right?
Yes, William, but
sometimes a rumor just needs a nudge, you know? Just a nifty spark of imagination, and the town's ablaze.
All I did was...
And now my little girl is possessed by a demon?
All I did was ask the church to pray for Thankful, for her suffering to end.
But you just had to give them something more. Something they could wonder on the mystery that is my girl.
Yes, it is a mystery. The church is just concerned.
About my little girl? About a demon living in my girl? A little creature sent from hell to torture my little girl?
Not all demons, William, come from hell.
What is that supposed to mean?
I believe in many kinds of demons. Some may come from hell below, but others manifest themselves from deep within ourselves.
Like what?
Pride, deception, shame, and guilt. They can all be demons too. Which one, William, tortures you?
Which one tortures you, huh? Deception?
I will not lie about what I saw that night. I know what I saw, and I will not lie about it.
Diddy, how's my girl?
She's hurting bad, but she's gone to sleep. Dr. Berger held her down while Dr. White gave her a morphine tablet.
Good.
Oh, Whit, I didn't hear you come in. How are you?
I'm doing well, Diddy. I'm doing well.
William should have told us you were here.
You know I would have, hon, but he and I just needed time alone.
Whit, won't you sit down? How was the service for today?
Edifying as ever, Diddy. You know, we really miss you in the choir.
Oh, and I miss being in the choir, but Thankful needs me here.
I'm sure that I could take her spot. I can sing the gospel just as well as anybody else, especially.
Shows how much you pay attention in church, dear. I'm an alto.
I'm quite the accomplished tenor myself, but there's not much cause to sing these days. Oh, hello, Reverend. I didn't hear you enter.
Well, you know us preacher folk, we like to keep our noises to ourselves. I'd like to pray over Thankful if I could.
Of course you can. I'll go with you too.
I'm sorry if this is crude, but I've always been suspicious of the preachers. More like salesmen, if you ask me.
Yeah, I can't disagree with you, but if he can comfort Diddy, then he's okay for now. Who knows? He might even make a miracle happen.
Dr. Berger emerges from the hallway with his bag.
Joshua didn't suffer through the prayer.
No, sir, I still prayed. But now's the time to finish my idea.
Go ahead, although I don't see how you think of anything that hasn't already been done.
Don't let his youthful nature fool you, William. He's the sharpest tack around. If he can't figure out the mess, well, ain't no one can.
All right, young man, what's your plan?
Well, like I said before, I think our mission should be expulsing whatever there's inside your girl. Whatever's there, it's nothing we can kill.
But there's nothing.
Now, William, please.
Just to get to the quick of it, I propose that we start treating Thankful as if she had a tapeworm.
It does explain the symptoms, William. Barely eating anything and hardly keeping down what she can. Dizziness. A couple of friends of mine in the war had it for a spell, and turpentines. What did the trick?
Turpentine? Really?
Yeah, once we figured out it was a tapeworm, they drank a shot of it once a day, and, well, let's just say they didn't have a problem keeping dinner down.
But your friends only had it for 2 weeks. If Thankful's had a tapeworm for 5 years, it won't give up that easily. Furthermore, the turpentine, although historically used for its antiseptic and diuretic qualities, can be dangerous.
We'll monitor these doses and ensure that Thankful doesn't have too much.
Then, after you and Didyma have watched us administer the dose a few times, you two would be able to do it for yourselves.
I heard my name. I hope we're saying nice things in here.
Of course, Diddy.
We were just discussing treatment for you, Mrs. Carroll. A turpentine regimen.
Turpentine? Isn't that poisonous?
Not if administered in small doses, Mrs. Carroll. Now, please, don't worry.
Sounds risky to me.
Well, no one asked your opinion, Rev.
William.
How often would she need to take it?
Well, since Thankful is only 14 years old and not a soldier on the battlefield, I would suggest starting her at only a tablespoon a day. We can watch her for a couple of days and see if something changes. What do you say?
I'd give it a try, William.
Son, I'm going to be honest with you right now. I don't know what to think about you and your idea. But if you're willing to help our girl, then I don't see no harm in letting you hang around.
Thank you, Mr. Carroll.
Now, Dr. Berger, I understand you live in Nashville. Are you sure you'll be able to make the trip every day?
Well, I suppose not. I guess I'll have to try to rent a room somewhere here in town.
Nonsense. I have a spare room in my house just down the road. You're welcome to stay there as long as you need.
Thank you. What was your name again?
Whit Ransom.
Well, Whit, I can only thank you. I brought a litter of stuff for me so we could get started right away. That is, of course, if we had permission.
Let's wait until tomorrow, Doctor. I just want my girl to rest today.
Of course, Mrs. Carroll.
I wouldn't mind coming over once a day to pray over her.
Pardon me, but I don't think you'll need to come throughout the week. Let the doctors have their time with her, you know.
William?
Yeah, I was actually going to suggest the same.
I don't think there's anything wrong with Whit coming here.
With all due respect, Mrs. Carroll, that back room does get awfully cramped.
Honey.
I'm sorry, Whit, but the doctors need their space.
It's quite all right. I've plenty to keep myself busy through the week.
I'll invite you all to supper next Sunday night.
Well, I would love that. Thank you, Diddy.
Are you invited? We're invited too, right, honey?
I suppose so. You can play nice with the others.
Will you have somewhere to stay, Bartley?
Yeah, I won't need it, William. War Trace isn't but a few miles away, so I'll just make the daily trip from home.
Excellent.
Thank you again, Mr. and Mrs. Carroll, for letting me come today.
Well, welcome, Josh. It was a pleasure meeting you today. Here, I'll see you out.
Actually, Mrs. Carroll, I'd like to have a word with William, if I may.
Is everything all right, Bartley?
No, of course, William. Just some private matters.
Well, I suppose so. Come on, gentlemen.
Dinema leads Ransom and Berger out the front door.
Yes, Bartley?
White slowly crosses to William as he fidgets with something in his pocket.
William, now I know you love your daughter very much.
I do, yes.
I know you want, if nothing else, to see her suffering end, correct?
More than anything, yes.
Do you hurt when she hurts?
Every time she screams, I feel like God has just chipped away a piece of my heart.
Yes, he likes to do that, and oftentimes for no apparent reason other than his own personal enjoyment, but that's not why I'm here.
What are you getting at, Bartley? Be honest, please.
I want to give you a gift. This is something I picked up in the war. Whenever soldiers were too injured to go on, they prayed for this capsule to ease them into the abysmal plain with no more pain and suffering. If the pain was ever too much to bear, they simply administered it to themselves, and, well, they didn't hurt anymore. That's the important thing, you know.
I don't want to kill my daughter, Bartley.
I know what you know, but that ending someone's suffering is always the better option. With this capsule, you have the power to take away your daughter's pain forever. I know it may seem harsh, but you should know as well as I do, she can't keep going on like this. I was going to suggest it last week, but I withheld myself because I was hoping that Joshua would have a good idea.
Are you saying that turpentine might not even work?
No, I'm only saying that you need to have a plan in case it doesn't. This can be your plan, William.
How long should I wait?
If you really love Thankful, you'll know when the time has come. Meanwhile, my time has come and I have to get back on the road.
William crosses to his rocking chair, sits, and resumes whittling.
Thank you for your help today.
Anytime, William. Thank you. I see you still enjoy your rocking chair.
Yeah, it helps me think.
Yeah, good.
So, what did Dr. White need, honey?
Oh, he just wanted to reassure me that everything was going to be all right.
Oh, good.
But he could tell that I was a little skeptical of the new doctor.
A little? Honey, you had him by the collar.
Well, he started spouting off those lies about demonic possession, and like everyone else in this town, I had to put a stop to it.
William, you can't control what others think and do. You can only do the right thing right now, and the right thing right now is to be with your daughter.
No, she needs a rest.
Fine. Back to your whittling. You know, the more you push other people away, William, the less they can actually help.
William goes to his rocking chair and resumes whittling. Fade to black, end of Act 1. Act 2, Scene 1. Setting, same interior. It is a week later on the evening of Sunday, February 1st, 1874. At Rise, William is sitting in his rocking chair. White and Berger are drinking coffee on the couch. Ransom and Didyma are at the dining table doing the same.
My, Miss Carol, that has to be the finest salad I've ever had.
Thank you, Joshua.
Have y'all had salad every night?
No, not every night.
We stick to stews for now, so Thankful can at least enjoy the broth.
The loin was tender, greens were fresh.
Easy, boy. She's married.
Oh, I know, Mr. Carroll, and I don't mean to.
It's fine, my boy. I understand.
I hope I can find a wife someday that can cook as good as this.
Well, I appreciate the kindness, Dr. Berger, but, you know, I didn't do it alone.
Oh, yeah?
Well, someone had to kill the pig, and someone else was blessed to wash the greens.
Your hands must still be pruning, eh, William?
You know they do. They are. Plus, Diddy's pull is more advanced than mine.
Fastest trigger figure in the county.
Well, I don't care who cooked it. I'm just glad they let me eat it.
Amen to that.
Amen indeed.
Didn't want to bring it up over supper, but how's the treatment working? Will, I haven't been here in a week, and well, I'd just like to know if it worked.
Yeah, yes, it is. I admit I had my doubts at first, but it seems to be all right.
Any change in Thankful?
Yes, she seems to have her color back and more and more.
Well, that's wonderful. It sounds like our prayers are starting to be answered.
You believe that if you want, but I believe it's just the turpentine.
But who's to say that God himself ain't using that turpentine to heal your girl?
Well, I'll say it. Your God does not accompany us when we administer the medicine.
But that's a conversation for another time, my gentlemen. Let's not spoil the dinner we just had with Spatten.
Very well, my boy. It's your house.
I believe it's time for Thankful's dose.
Yeah. Well said, my boy.
Oh, Miss Carol, you keep cooking food like that, I won't be able to fit across the threshold.
Well, thank you, Dr. Berger. Well, why don't I just call you Joshua?
If I may call you Didyma.
Fine with me.
Diddy.
Oh, all right. I guess you can too, Dr. White. Partly.
Oh, today truly is a blessing then.
Shall we, gentlemen?
William, White, and Berger exit through the hallway.
Ooh, that Bartley makes me so mad.
He wasn't alone in that regard, did he?
What do you mean?
I saw the way you looked at William when he said how wonderful your daughter was.
I looked at him like that because he lied. Thankful isn't getting any better. She doesn't have her color like she said. She barely sips the broth we give her too. I don't know why he lied, and I don't understand his need for saving face. I think it's just because he doesn't want his friend to be upset.
His friend?
Bartley, Dr. White. William just looks up to him so much, and I can't understand the reason why.
I'll have to think about that. May I help you clean?
Well, bless my Pat, a preacher cleaning tables. I don't care what William says, you're always welcome here. Just know that.
I know that, I do, but I can't do anything right by him.
Of course you can't. Your name isn't Bartley.
Diddy, what's wrong with William?
He's difficult, to say the least.
So you've noticed.
It's certainly not a secret.
Well, what did I do wrong? Oh, yeah.
I know you didn't start that wicked rumor, and I remember how the hen house clucks. William just doesn't move on quickly.
But it's been at least 2 years since that.
Like I said, William doesn't move on quickly.
I think he doesn't trust me anymore. He doesn't want me going back there with Thankful. He doesn't want me to come over here and have supper with y'all. He probably wouldn't even let me in the house if it wasn't for you.
You know, you may be right.
Is there something I can do to earn his trust again?
Well, something I've always admired about William is the little things he does for me.
Little things? Like what?
Just the little things around the house. He spends his life just toiling in the field, and when he comes back in, you think he'd topple over, tired and hungry, eat his food, and go to bed. But he doesn't. He always finds a way to help me around the house, like washing all the greens for supper, for example. He didn't have to do it, but he did it anyway. He just likes to show his love through service, and maybe that's how you regain his trust.
But why would William ever need my help?
I don't know. I'm sure something could come up, though.
Well, I'll certainly try. Thank you, Diddy.
You're welcome, Whit. Now, I'm wondering if you could help me out with something, too.
Sure thing.
As you've seen earlier, I personally do not like that Dr. White. I never have. He is a rude and haughty man, and I would like your help in opening William's eyes to unhealthy his relationship with Bartley has become.
How long have they known each other?
What difference does that make?
Well, the longer someone's in an unhealthy relationship, the harder it is to get them out.
Once again, you have a point.
Have they been friends for long?
They didn't know each other until our daughter started.
I see.
Let me tell you something strange. After he came here the first few times, I didn't mind his presence all that much. Then one day, he brought that rocking chair for William. I don't know why, but it struck me as the oddest thing.
That is strange. How can I help?
I don't know, to tell you the truth. You men have your ways of working things. Again, I'm sure you'll think of something.
I'll see what I can do.
Thank you, Whit. William, well, how is Thankful? How's my girl?
She's all right. I think she's finally getting used to that medicine.
Yeah, of course, of course.
Hey, Rev, I didn't think you'd still be here.
Well, you know me. I like to stick around every now and then.
And he's more than welcome, right, William?
I guess.
Well, we would be getting on ourselves, but we need to stay for a little longer to see if Thankful has any sort of reaction.
Which is all right with me, since I don't like traveling at night anyway.
Oh, how come, Bartley? Afraid one of those demons will possess you too?
William, stop it.
Ah, sorry, Diddy. Sorry, Rev.
How long y'all wait?
Maybe an hour or so, but not much longer.
In that case, we best get to chewing the fat.
Chew the what?
Chew the fat. It's a saying, Doc.
You'll be all right, kid.
I can put some coffee on.
I love that Diddy.
As would I.
Doctor, doctors, rather, would either of you like a cup?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, thank you, Mrs. Carrot. Dee Dee.
All right, we'll need a big pot then. Any of you fancy gentlemen want to help me get the water?
I can, hon.
Good.
Didyma and William exit the back door.
So,
All right,
how are things
we'll need a
really?
big pot then.
Oh, not too bad. Not too
Any of you
good
fancy
either.
gentlemen want to help me get the
Bad
water?
Midland.
I can, hon.
How so?
Good.
What's going on?
Well, turpentine can be a risky medication if we aren't careful.
Yeah, too much would poison the poor girl.
So, so then how could it be good for Thankful if it has the potential to poison her?
We intend to take our every measure to ensure her safety. It's in our oath.
Yeah, and sometimes those measures include some not so nice elements.
I don't understand why, though. I thought medicine wasn't supposed to hurt you.
At the dosages we're giving her, it's...
Isn't there something in your faith about pain and suffering in the present for restoration in the future?
Yes, why?
Well, I don't mean to put it crudely, but you are familiar with that paradigm, no?
Yes, I am.
Forgive my crude demeanor, but consider it pure joy, then.
With all due respect, Dr. White, I will ask you not to weaponize God's word against me.
Oh, I apologize.
Everything all right in here?
Yeah, William. We're just disclosing valuable information relating to your daughter's case without your consent. I hope that's all right.
All I did was ask how y'all come to the conclusion that turpentine would help Thankful.
You ain't got to worry about that, Rev. But since you're itching to know, I'll go ahead and tell you. I honestly have no clue.
What is that supposed to mean?
It means he trusts us.
Yes, sir. You'd think I'd let these men, these professional doctors, anywhere near my daughter if I didn't trust them?
Well, I suppose not.
We trust you too, Whit.
Thank you, Diddy.
You have to admit, Rev, that sometimes medicine works a lot faster than prayer.
You might be right, William, but I can't help but believe that it takes more faith to trust only in men than to rely on God as well.
Well, that's your opinion, and you're more than welcome to it.
William!
Sorry, Diddy, but I'm sticking to my guns on this one. God ain't done a single thing for us or Thankful. It's almost like he wants her to suffer.
William, you can't honestly believe that.
I call it like I see it, Rev. And I ain't seen God come into this house for a long time.
Would you even let him in if he came?
If he would heal my daughter, he could move in.
You know, I've always believed that God does his work through his people.
Oh, yeah? How so?
Well, I believe that God gives his people certain gifts with the hope that they'll use them to help heal the world.
Oh, that's why you became a doctor?
Yes. Growing up, I was always fascinated by stories of Jesus helping people.
Me too.
I'm particularly fond of his parable of the Good Samaritan. I think about the lengths that the Samaritan went into saving and healing the injured man. I guess I just took Jesus a little too literally when he said, "Go forth and do likewise."
Such a pleasant response, Joshua. I'm sure that's exactly what the minister wanted to hear.
Now, don't be ugly.
Sorry, Dee Dee.
Thank you, Bartley. What's your answer?
I can already tell that I'm going to have the unpopular opinion in the room. Since you asked, I became a doctor because I believe that God will not help anyone but himself. To be blunt, I really don't believe there is a God. So if he's not going to do anything about all the pain and suffering in the world, then I will.
That is certainly an interesting way of looking at things. How did you come to that particular conclusion?
Oh, it wasn't really that difficult, to be honest with you, Reverend. All I had to do was look around at all the blood being spilt in that great and mighty war that Joshua just spoke about. I realized that a good and loving Father God wouldn't let his children kill each other like this. And yet, there they were doing just that. So the only reasonable conclusion I could come to is that there can't be a God anywhere.
Well, that's one way to look at it.
That's quite a pessimistic outlook, wouldn't you say, Bartley?
I think you meant to say realistic, Joshua. We hear about wars and rumors of wars all the time, don't we?
God lets his children choose their own paths. It's an extension of his love.
You know, that's what I thought too, till I was on the battlefield. Until you've had an ounce of your blood splash in your mouth so you taste the iron, you don't know if that iron tastes from his blood or from the bullet that just passed through his skull. You'll never be able to change my mind.
That's quite enough, Dr. White.
Well, again, I apologize, did it? Mrs. Carroll, but I'll not be changing my mind on this matter anytime soon.
I still say that, like the one we just had, as bleak and as dark as they may be, are still results, even if indirectly, of God letting his children make their own choices. I would even venture to say that such is the case for all forms of suffering.
Are you saying my daughter chose to be sick?
William, no.
I don't think.
Answer me, Rev. Do you really think my daughter chose this?
Of course not, William. I would never.
Then are you suggesting that she's done something to deserve it?
No, I'm not saying that at all.
Stop it, William.
So then what are you saying, Rev?
I know it's a hard truth, but God sometimes allows the suffering of others for a chance for us to grow ourselves.
You mean God's making my girl sick to teach me a lesson?
No, William, please.
He's not saying that at all.
Please.
That my daughter is possessed by a demon because God just wants her to be possessed by a demon?
I never said anything like that.
William, don't.
Let me go, Doc. Don't protect him.
Thankful.
My baby.
Whit, please come with me.
Yes, Diddy.
They both exit through the hallway. William and Berger start to follow, but they stop when they notice that White isn't moving.
Bartley, aren't you coming?
I think it'd be better for us to stay here. It may not be anything other than another seizure, a spasm, in which case Didymus and the Reverend can attend.
You're right, Bartley. They'll be fine.
Dr. White, we need you. I've never seen anything like it.
What's going on, Mrs. Carroll?
It's a...
What is it, honey?
It's a demon.
Diddy, are you serious?
Yes, William, I can see it. It had black eyes and a yellow face, and it was black slits, and it was just
Didymus, slow down and listen to yourself. Are you sure?
Yes, Joshua Bartley, will you please come and help me hold her down?
Of course, Mrs. Carroll.
Hold on, William.
No, Bartley, let me go.
It won't do any good, William. The bedroom is crowded enough already. You'd only be in the way.
I need to see this demon for myself.
I highly doubt that is what it is. Your wife is probably just as susceptible to Ransom's crazy ideas as the rest of his followers are.
Yeah, don't talk to my wife like that.
I'm sorry, William. I'm only saying that there's nothing to worry about.
So what do you want me to do? Just stay here?
Yes, William, just stay here. Sometimes the best way is to just stay out of the way. Now, I'm sure you understand.
I can't stay away from my daughter forever, Bartley. I will help her if she needs my help.
Well, you still have a capsule, don't you?
Yes.
Good. You may need it sooner than later.
Dr. White, please!
William slowly gravitates towards his rocking chair to start whittling again.
My baby!
Blackout, end of scene. Sunk in his chair, he barely chips away at the wood he whittles.
William,
Yeah, Rev.
oh, it's extraordinary.
Is it now?
It was just sticking out, all slimy and black and alive.
What are you talking about?
Well, whatever is inside Thankful's mouth.
It's only tapeworm. That's what Bartley's been saying this whole time.
William,
Good to
please.
hear him back vindicated for once. Give us the rest of us rational thinkers hope.
That wasn't a tapeworm, William.
Then what was it?
I can't. Well, I don't know.
No, you don't know because you're not a doctor.
I know what a tapeworm is, William, and that wasn't a tapeworm.
How would you know what tapeworm is, Rev? Oh, Noah must have had it in the ark, huh? 40 days and 40 nights got too rough for him.
I actually listened to Dr. Bugger as he described to Dr. White just a few minutes ago. Tapeworm is thin and white, and whatever came out of your daughter's mouth was neither thin nor white.
When did they talk about this?
Just now, in Thankful's room, while you were in your rocking chair. William, why don't you ever want to see your daughter?
What are you talking about?
Anytime I'm here, or Dr. White or Dr. Bug is here, you don't want to see your daughter. You let us see her, but you sit here in your rocking chair. Why is that?
Well, you're not here all the time, Rev. I like to sit beside her, take care of her while y'all are gone, but I figured that the professionals are going to be there, and if you're going to be here with them too, I guess they may as well take all the time they need with her. They know what they're doing. I can trust them. And Diddy trusts you, so I ain't worried about you too much.
You know, you can trust me too, right, William?
Yes, I can trust you to tell everyone else in town that my daughter's possessed again, just like you did the first time.
William, please, I can't say it enough. I never told him anything like that. I just told him to pray for Thankful's healing. He is not the only one that needs it, though.
What?
Huh?
What did you just say, Rev?
Nothing. I just...
Say it, Rev.
Say what?
What you just said. Come on, say it. For once in your life, be honest.
I didn't say anything.
Say it.
I said that she is not the only one who needs healing.
Huh?
William, your daughter may be physically sick, but you are spiritually sick.
Don't be getting all preachy on me, Rev.
I'm not getting preachy, William. I'm just trying to speak the truth. You're not very trusting of anybody.
I trust people who know what they're doing.
And you cut people down, William. You constantly cut me down like I've cursed your family.
You have, Rev.
You can't honestly believe that.
I do. Ever since you told your congregation to pray for Thankful's mysterious condition, you've set a curse on my house. Even with you in here right now, you're dividing my family.
I didn't make you stay in here while your daughter's back there dying.
She ain't dying, and she ain't gonna die because the right people are back there right now with her.
I'm glad you can finally have faith in something.
I have faith in what I can see, Rev. And right now, I see 2 doctors who can actually help my girl.
But that's not faith, William. Faith is believing in what you can't see.
That don't make no sense, Rev.
Faith is taking the right steps even when you don't know the whole path.
Huh?
No one knows what's happening to Thankful. No one knows how to help her. No one knows what that thing is inside of her or how to get it out. Nobody knows. And yes, I'll admit, the pain and the pressure of not knowing, it even overwhelms me. I want to do right, but I don't feel like I can. I feel choked, smothered, like I'm sinking deeper and deeper into black water. And William, I can only imagine how you feel.
Not that different, actually.
It's hard, I know, to see your daughter going through something like this, but I don't really think you'll be able to help unless,
What?
well, maybe you soften up a bit.
You want me to soften up, huh?
I do, yes, but Diddy needs you to.
How so?
She's exasperated, William. She's tired of you not being here with her and Thankful. She loves you, and that ain't gonna change, but you make it hard to love whenever you suck down in your rocking chair and you get lost inside that head.
I've got a lot of trees in this forest around here, Reverend, and it's easy to get lost up here.
Well, you leave your family behind when you do it. You keep it up and you may come back to find out that one of them isn't here waiting for you anymore.
You think that'll happen?
It very well could.
Okay, Rev. You want me to trust you?
Yes, please.
Then I'm going to trust you to keep this secret to yourself.
Sure thing.
You can't tell anyone in your flock, and you definitely cannot tell Dee Dee.
Of course, William. You can trust me.
This,
What is that?
a last resort.
But what is it?
Something that'll ease Thankful's pain permanently, to be used only when nothing else can be done.
William, is this? Well, what is this?
It's a cyanide pill. Dr. White gave it to me in case everything got out of hand.
What are you planning on doing with it?
Give it to Thankful. It wouldn't hurt at all. She could go peacefully in her sleep if we needed her to. I mean, if she needed to.
What are you saying?
I'm saying that if Thankful can't get any better,
Surely you're not going to kill your daughter, William.
I don't want to, Rev. But I'd rather end her suffering once and for all rather than let her live with it while we waste time trying to figure out what's wrong with her.
What does Diddy think about this?
She does not know, and she can't know, Rev.
But William.
It would crush her, Rev. You think we're drowning? That woman carries the 7 seas on her back. The last thing I will ever do is tell her that I'm considering this.
I don't like this, William.
And you think I do? You think I want to kill my own daughter?
How long have you had that pill?
Since last Sunday.
So you've been thinking about this for a whole week.
I've wanted to stop my daughter's pain for 5 years, yes.
But what does this have to do with me?
You wanted my trust, right?
Right.
I'm trusting you with the pill.
Wait, what?
Because if I decide that we need to use it, I'll need you to give it to Thankful.
What?
Keep your voice down.
William, I can't do this.
If the time should ever come, I'll have to keep Dee Dee in here somehow. You'll be free to go back there and pray over Thankful or something like that.
William, I don't think you'll ever have to. I don't think you'll ever have to use it.
You don't know that, Rev. Things can always get worse.
But William,
Are you saying that I don't know what's best for my own daughter?
no, William, absolutely not.
You want my trust?
Yes, but
Take it.
Ransom reluctantly takes the pill and puts it in his own pocket.
no one else knows about this, right?
Only Bartley.
Okay.
Let's keep it like that.
Oh, I see you two are getting along.
Yeah, did it? Turns out I have more in common with the Reverend than I thought I did.
It's a shame you only just realized it now.
How's that little calf?
Resting again.
Good.
What are you two boys talking about out here?
Oh, just catching up on a few things.
And not killing each other too. Well, this might be a good day after all.
Not each other, no.
What? Where?
Yeah, Rev, what are you mumbling?
I said not each other. We all know it'd be an unfair match. William could take me out with one blow.
You got that right, Rev.
Well, I'd root for you, Wit. Sometimes this buffoon of mine needs some sense knocked into him.
And he's just the one to do it, huh, Rev?
Yeah, you know me.
I still say we continue the treatment.
And I say you're wasting your time.
Look, whatever is inside Thankful almost came out tonight. I almost had it.
And you heard her scream when you tried to catch it, didn't you?
What happened?
Well, I'm sure you've heard by now what happened in Thankful's mouth, William.
Well, yes, I have. I wish I could have seen it for myself.
Honey, it was grotesque.
I tried grabbing it, but when I touched it,
And it nearly killed the girl.
it may have just been a reaction.
Oh, you heard her, Joshua. Her scream ripped my ears off, too.
Yes, but
Whatever is in your daughter, William, isn't coming out without hurting her, possibly killing her.
we don't know that a manual extraction would be fatal.
Then what do you know?
I don't know everything, William,
Well, I'll say.
but I think continuing with the turpentine treatment is the best option.
And why do you think it's a waste of time, Dr. White?
You just saw what it did tonight. You want to keep putting your daughter through that kind of pain? You must be a very particular kind of person.
Dr. White! William, please!
Bartley, don't accost my wife like that.
Very well. I know when I'm not needed anymore.
Dr. White begins to gather his things.
What are you doing, Bartley?
I'm taking my... I can take a hint, William.
A hint about what?
If you two really want to go through with this, you go right ahead. I'll not stand in your way.
But we'll need you here, too.
If you want me here, then you need to stop this regimen immediately.
Which would be foolish.
I agree, William.
Well, you have your answer then, and I'll take my leave.
Bartley, no.
William, I've given you my opinion. It's clear that you do not need it. And I'm not staying here and listening to your little girl's screams anymore.
You can't leave Bartley. You just can't.
Let him go, William. If he doesn't want to be here, he doesn't have to be here.
Diddy, let's go pray over Thankful.
Yes, Wit. I'd like that.
I'd like to join you if I could.
Please do, Joshua.
Yes, you can never pray too much.
Bartley, how can I get you to stay?
You can't, William. I've already made up my mind.
But we need you.
No, you don't. You have my suggestion. That's all you need right now.
Your suggestion?
In case things get worse.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
To be honest with you, William, that's been my opinion since I gave you that pill last week. I thought I might stick around and help you give it to her if you ever decided to do so, but it's hard to make the right choice when there's too many cooks in the kitchen.
Bartley, please don't leave.
I'm sorry, William. I have to go.
William trudges back to his rocking chair. He sits and begins to whittle. Didyma, Ransom, and Berger enter from the hallway.
Is he gone?
Yes, he's gone.
But when will he be back?
He didn't say.
It's for the best, William.
You say so.
William, we've got an idea that we'd like to get your opinion on.
What's that?
Well, I know that you've gotten so much out of Dr. White's presence.
Yes.
And even with him leaving, we could still use another good mind around here. A daily visit from an expert who can help when we need him to, and who will stay here when we don't know what's going on.
It'd be nice.
How would it be if Dr. Berger visited us every day?
I wouldn't mind, William. Really.
I couldn't ask that of you, Doc. That's not an easy trip, especially day after day.
Well, he wouldn't have to travel. I was thinking he could stay here.
What? No.
Why not?
Well, we don't have any room, did he?
He can stay at my house then.
Rev, seriously.
I am serious, William.
Why would the two of you want to help after the way I've treated you?
Well, we can forgive that, William.
We really think Thankful needs our help.
You shouldn't have to carry this burden alone anymore.
I've only been telling him that for 5 years.
You know what? Fine. That's fine with me.
Thank you, William.
Yeah, I'll cover his expenses, Rev.
You don't have to do that, William.
I know. I want to, though.
Well, all right then.
Thank you. Thank you both.
Joshua, before you leave out tonight, I'd like you for you to show me that turpentine again. There was something that wasn't quite clear.
Of course, Didyma.
Thank you again, William, for trusting us.
He goes for a hug, but William halts him.
We're not quite there yet, Rev.
Sorry. Well, I guess we won't need this anymore.
He throws the pill in the pail beside the rocking chair.
No, I guess not.
We got a long road ahead of us, William, but I'm glad you're finally letting me carry some of that baggage.
I always thought you make a good pack mule.
Well, thank you, Joshua. That valve always confused me.
No problem at all, Diddy. It took me a few times to get used to it myself.
Well, that makes me feel better.
Come on, Doc. Let's let these two get some rest.
I couldn't agree more.
Thank you both. We'll see you tomorrow.
Of course, Diddy.
Good. You two have a good night.
Thank you, William. I know you hated to see Dr. White go, and I'm so happy you decided to start trusting Joshua and Whit. They really are smart.
I'm sure they are.
Let's go to bed, hon.
You go ahead, dear. I'll clean up here some.
It can wait until morning.
But then I'll have to worry about it then. I'd rather just...
Oh, okay, William. You go ahead. I'll be back there waiting for you.
Thanks, hon.
They kiss, and Didyma exits. William crosses to the pail and picks it up. He opens up the door to the back porch and is about to throw the contents of the pail out, but he stops. He searches inside the pail, pulls out the pill, and puts the pill in his pocket. Fade to black. End of Act 2. Act 3, Scene 1. Setting, same interior, Friday, June 26th, 1874, evening. At Rise, Didyma sits alone at the table. Ransom enters from the hallway.
How is she, Whit?
Not great. She's barely sleeping now.
Did Joshua give her any more morphine?
He's really trying to withhold it from her.
What? Why?
I'll let him explain when he gets up here.
What about William? What's he doing?
He's watching every move Joshua makes.
That sounds like William enough.
Did he? Can I ask you something?
Sure.
Something very personal?
Of course, Wit.
Are you ever afraid of what might happen to Thankful?
Am I scared?
Yes.
Yes, I am. Why do you ask?
Well, it's been my experience that people who are afraid of something try to control everything else, even if it's things they can't control.
You see that in me?
I see that in William. He watches Joshua like he's waiting for him to make one wrong move, like he's just looking for an excuse to get rid of him.
I can see that, but what does it have to do with me?
I'm just curious as to why you're reacting to your fear so differently than him.
Fear is a natural response. Wouldn't you agree?
I suppose so.
And it's been my experience that fear turns into anxiety and rage when it isn't properly dealt with. With a little patience and willingness, that fear can turn into trust. The only problem is that you have to be willing and patient as William is, he doesn't seem to be very willing.
You've noticed that, huh?
Oh, I've always known that about him. I used to admire it, but I'm starting to realize that I can't help him like I once thought I could.
It makes sense.
But even still, he may take his time coming to his senses. He may fight it along the way, but he'll eventually make the right decision.
I believe you're right.
I'm just glad I can trust him to do it no matter what.
No matter what?
Yes, no matter what. And I can say the same thing for you, Wit. I trust you with Thankful's life just as easily as I trust William and Joshua.
You do?
Yes. Now, Dr. White, I never trusted him. Whenever he was here, I had to keep my eye on him. Whenever he went back to see Thankful, I always went with him. I was always afraid that he was going to try something drastic if things didn't work out.
Drastic?
Yeah, you know, he always liked to brag about how efficient he was on the battlefield, how whenever someone was suffering that he couldn't heal, he would shoot them to put them out of their misery. He always claimed he asked him to do it, but I always had trouble believing that.
Well, he wouldn't. You don't think he would have done something like that to Thankful, do you?
He very well might have. I'm just glad I don't have to worry about that anymore.
William was awfully close to him.
That's another reason why I didn't want him in this house any longer. I knew he was a bad influence on Will, so I had to get him out.
And you're all the better for it?
I think so, too. I don't even want to think about what might have happened if he'd stayed here any longer. William, how's my baby?
She's not hurting, but she's having trouble sleeping.
It's fine. Joshua can give her a little more morphine.
I would have, but she actually doesn't want it.
Doesn't want it?
She says it gives her nightmares. She sees, well...
What, Joshua?
Go ahead, Doc.
She says she sees monsters in her room, perching in the corner of the ceiling, sitting at the foot of her bed, spreading their black wings over her headboard. She says the morphine makes them come out of hiding and she doesn't want to take it.
But how long has this been going on?
Ever since we've been pairing the morphine with the turpentine.
William, that was February.
I know, hun. She's a very strong girl. She says at first she thought they were just distant visions, in a far-off smoke. But as the winter faded away, she said they got closer and closer, and now they're practically sitting on her chest.
I think they're sitting on mine, too.
Did it? Thankful knows that they're not really there.
Who's to say they're not?
Not now, Rev.
William, you can't deny that there are unforeseen forces at work here all around us. It could be anything from demons to spirits to illusions of trust.
A what?
Diddy, I think you and I ought to go pray over Thankful.
I was about to say the same thing.
Let's go then.
Did you happen to catch that last part before he said before they left?
I don't think I did, no.
Huh.
What do you think he said?
Nothing. I reckon, I guess my mind's starting to play tricks on me as well.
You know, William, I have to say that I admire your daughter for not wanting the morphine.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, it takes a certain bravery to be willing to take on something as strong as turpentine without anything softening the blow.
She is a brave girl, yes.
She must get it from somewhere, right, William?
She gets that from her mother. Diddy's always been the confident kind, headstrong. Even when her first husband died, she fended for herself and Thankful well enough.
She's done a great job. You both have.
Sometimes I wonder why Diddy even agreed to marry me.
She must like the rugged type.
That might have something to do with it.
I think it's because she trusts you.
Yeah, that she does.
William,
What? Yeah, huh? What is it?
tell me it's not true.
What?
Tell me it's a lie, William.
What are you talking about?
What did Dr. White give you?
Ransom enters unaware from the hallway.
You son of a bitch!
William crosses fiercely to Ransom and accosts him by the collar.
I thought I could trust you. You told me I could trust you.
William!
Don't get into this, Doc.
William, please,
Sorry, Rev. You've done enough talking today.
William, let him go!
William, stop!
No. He's been lying about Thankful this whole time. He's been nothing but a dirty liar who ain't even fit to walk the earth on its two legs. You hear that? You're just like a serpent slithering out of the garden, just like him.
William, stop!
I thought I could trust you, Rev.
And I thought I could trust you, William! I thought I could trust you to take care of my girl.
You can, Diddy.
Then what did Dr. White give you?
He gave me something that could help Thankful.
What, William?
He gave me something that could help her move on if nothing else worked.
He gave you something that would kill my daughter!
Honey, please.
No, William.
Diddy.
I cannot believe this. I cannot believe you hid this from me.
I was going to tell you.
When were you going to tell me?
If
what, William?
If ever.
Say it, William.
If ever it looked like Thankful would die anyway.
She's not gonna die, William. At least not now.
You don't know that, Diddy.
I know enough. I know that we're doing everything we can. I know that Joshua's turpentine regimen is working. I know that Whit's prayers are helping. I know that you could do more than just sit in your rocking chair and whittle that stick away. The only thing I didn't know was how quickly you gave up on my daughter.
Our daughter, Diddy. Our little calf.
No, William. The moment you decided to hide this intention of yours from me was the moment you set yourself against me and my girl.
Don't say that, Diddy.
I can't, William. I can't be in this house with you.
Diddy exits. William collapses on the floor.
Wait, you go check on Diddy. You're closer to her than I am.
Yeah, the hell you'll check on her.
William, you stay down. Go ahead, Whit. I'll stay right here.
Thank you, Joshua.
William,
Don't talk to me now, boy.
come on, William. Let me help you up.
You can't do nothing for me, Doc, and you can't carry this for me.
You're right, William. I can't carry anything for you, but I can carry you.
William takes Berger's hand and rises.
Now, what can I do for you?
You can save my daughter.
That's for your daughter, though. I asked, what can I do for you?
Nothing. I'm fine. I don't need no help.
Don't worry, William. She'll be back.
Don't promise me what you don't know, Doc. I hurt her pretty bad.
She's a forgiving woman, though. She just needs time to breathe. We all have to breathe sometime, William. How are you right now?
Huh?
How are you? What are you thinking? How are you feeling?
I don't know, Doc.
Well, I'm here to listen if you need me.
And what good will that do?
You'd be surprised how being honest with your emotions can make the weight of the world seem a little lighter.
Stick to the medical books, Doc. You don't know what you're talking about.
William crosses to the rocking chair, sits down, and begins to whittle. Berger sits on the end of the couch closest to him.
What are you making over there?
Nothing.
You've been whittling on that piece of wood for too long not to be making anything. How long's it been? Since February? I thought so. You got all this wood around here and you still got the same piece of wood.
It's a different stick, Doc.
Thought so, William. I'm just pulling your leg.
Don't pull too hard, Doc. It might come off.
Seriously, William, I want to help you.
There's nothing you can do, though, Doc. I have my mission on this earth, and I have to carry it out.
What is your mission, William?
To do what's best for Diddy and Thankful.
Noble undertaking, I'm sure.
Yeah, I wish Diddy saw it that way. How is she, Doc?
Who?
Thankful.
Oh, she's fine. Resting for the moment.
Good.
Although
what, Doc?
Well, since February, as you know, we've only been giving her small amounts.
Because that's what was safe, Doc.
But just the other day, I started thinking about that night back in February, the last night that Dr. White was here.
Please don't.
I started thinking about the amount of turpentine we used. It was a gross amount, to be sure, and risky since we didn't even know what could happen.
Yeah, Diddy and I were terrified that night.
We all were, William. We all saw that thing in Thankful's mouth.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
Oh yes.
What's your point, Doc? Why are you bringing this up?
Well, I think whatever's inside Thankful has become immune to our attempts so far.
What are you saying, Doc?
I'm saying let's increase the dosage and see if we can make whatever happened that night happen again.
Can you guarantee your safety?
I wish I could, but this treatment is so experimental.
If you can't promise me she'll be safe, then I don't want to do it.
I understand, William, but she can't stay like this for long. She's lucky to have lived this long.
I know.
William, what's wrong?
I just want to do what's right for her. And I want to do what's right for Diddy. And but I'm at a crossroads. I can either end my daughter's suffering right now and risk losing Diddy, or let Thankful live long enough to keep suffering until we can heal her. I don't know which way to go.
I understand, William.
I like to go outside during a storm. I look at the ground and I see two things. I see the rain falling in the grass, and then I see the rain falling on the road. Whenever it falls in the grass just soaks it up and uses it to grow. Whenever it falls on the road, it beats down on it so hard that it bends under the pressure and then puddles. I feel like that road, Doc.
How so?
Ever since God started raining on me, I haven't been able to figure out how to grow from it. Diddy keeps saying that this is all part of God's plan, and it's all going to work out for us, and that no matter what happens, God did all of it because he loves us. I don't see God's love in this place anywhere, and I don't see it saving my daughter anytime soon.
I hear what you're saying, William, and I'm so sorry you feel that way.
Yeah, don't feel sorry for me, Doc.
But I want to suggest something to you.
What's that?
Throw that pillow away. Destroy it. Get it out of this house. Let me take care of Thankful.
I'm sorry, Doc. That's asking too much.
I don't think so, William.
How about this? You run and do your little experiment, and I'll keep the pill. If it doesn't work this time, I'll talk to Diddy about ending it all.
You won't have to.
You honestly think you can heal her today?
I never said that, William, but I can't tell you why I think my plan will work. You're just going to have to trust me. I want Thankful suffering to end like you. I wouldn't do anything that would hurt her in the long run.
Well, what if something goes wrong?
Then I'll give her some morphine to calm her down and come and get you.
And Diddy. We'll need Diddy.
I agree. She'd need to be here.
Go on, Doc.
William crosses to the rocking chair and sits down. He begins to whittle, but then stops. He takes the pill out of his pocket and looks at it. After a moment, he tosses it into the pail.
Where's Joshua?
He's with Thankful. He's given her another dose of turpentine.
What? Is that safe?
You said it was.
And you trusted him?
I did. I do.
All right, it's done. It's the most turpentine I can give her without it being toxic. Wait, would you go pray over her?
Of course.
So, what can we do?
No, stay here with me, please.
William, I think we'd be more helpful with Joshua.
Please, Diddy. I need you here. You too, Doc. Joshua.
Yes, William. We're here.
Good.
What can we do?
Something Whit's been trying to get me to do for 5 years.
William crosses to the coffee table and kneels.
William?
We can't expect God to help if we don't invite him in first.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
Didyma and Berger kneel on either side of William.
God, Father God, thank you for everything you've given us, Lord. And please be with Dr. Berger, with Joshua, as he tends to our daughter. heal her, please.
It's the monster again.
Joshua, go.
My baby.
Please, God, let her live.
William, Diddy, you won't believe it.
What is
wrong?
it? What's wrong?
A snake.
Burger rushes in holding a 2-foot-long black snake by the head.
This is it. This is what's been hurting Thankful.
How can...
Oh, my baby. Is she all right?
Yes, I think she'll be better now.
Get that thing out of here, Doc.
Of course.
I can't believe it. A snake.
I need to see her.
Yeah, go.
You see that thing, William?
Yes, I saw it, Whit.
How is something like that even possible?
I don't know. Whit, and for once in my life, I'm okay with not knowing.
That was incredible.
I don't think incredible is the right word.
Joshua, how could something like that happen?
I don't know, William. I don't know.
It was a snake, right?
It was a water snake.
And it's been living inside of Thankful?
That seems to be the case. I'd like to keep coming a few more days to check on her to see if she gets any better.
Oh, of course, Joshua. Please do.
5 whole years.
What should we do now, Joshua?
Go to Thankful. Love her. Let her know that you love her.
That I can do.
We'll leave you to it then. Come on, Whit.
Sure thing. Let's get out of here.
Actually, give me just 1 minute.
Burger exits through the back door. A moment passes, then he re-enters with the snake.
For studying, of course.
All right.
William crosses to the rocking chair and picks up the pail. He shuffles around and finds the pill.
William, honey, she's asking for you.
On my way.
He disposes the pill again and then exits into the hallway. Fade to black. End of scene. Act 3, Scene 2. Setting, same interior, Sunday, July 5th, 1874. Late morning. At Rise, an empty space. The front door opens and William and Ransom walk in.
Rev, I don't think I've ever heard singing like that in my whole life.
It is beautiful, isn't it?
Amen to that.
What was your favorite song?
Oh, that's a tough choice. Rev, I always been fond of Night with Eben Pinion.
That's a good one for sure.
I'll admit, though, that today my favorite had to be Hard Times Come Again No More.
You know, that wasn't actually in the hymnal.
Well, it needs to be.
You two need to slow down for an old woman.
Well, when we see one, we'll do it. But when we see the younger ladies, we expect you to keep up with us.
God love you, William Carroll.
He ain't the only one.
He embraces her and kisses her.
Where's Thankful?
She's with Joshua. She wanted to see the snake in the job before he left back up for Nashville.
Oh, can you believe he's keeping that nasty thing?
I would too. I'd show that thing off to anyone and everyone.
He should swing by the church with it.
Oh, wait, no. That would... No.
Well, it give those hens of mine something else to cluck about.
Now, Rev, you said so yourself. You can't control what they do.
You're right, William.
I'd show it just to scare him, though.
William.
What? You would too?
Yes, but not on the Lord's Day. I'd wait until Tuesday.
Oh, who could that be?
Joshua.
Oh, hey.
William joyfully bear hugs Burger.
William, thank you. You don't have to keep doing that. Twice at the service was enough.
No, I just can't help myself.
Where's Thankful?
She's showing off the snake to some of the other church kids.
She started early.
Joshua, Whit, let's all have a seat.
Yes, please. I'd like to think that standing for a 2-hour-long service wouldn't be so exacting on me, but I'd be wrong.
By the way, thank you, Rev, for hosting us this morning.
Not a problem at all, William.
I knew I was happy for Thankful's recovery, but I didn't know the rest of the town would be.
Well, yes, sir. They like to cluck, but they also like to brood.
I guess William has more in common with them than we thought.
I guess so.
Joshua, could you tell us exactly what happened to Thankful again? I tried to listen to your testimony in the service, but I had to sit beside the choir to make sure they didn't faint when you showed that snake in a jar.
Of course. Apparently, Thankful has swallowed the snake when it was a baby, and it simply grew within her. Over the years, it got stronger and was able to survive everything the other doctors threw at it. Turpentine was the only thing it couldn't withstand. We just needed a hefty dose instead of the spoonfuls we were using at first to expel it.
It's a nasty looking sucker, too.
I know.
I can't imagine why anyone would want to keep it.
I plan on displaying it in my main office.
Joshua, please.
Oh, wait till you heard what I found out.
Please don't.
It turns out the critters and creeping things growing inside people isn't that novel of a concept.
You mean this has happened before?
Oh, yes. I found one case study about a boy in Germany in the 1400s that had insects making their abode in his stomach.
Oh, my. Joshua, stop.
The way they cured him was by making him drink horse urine.
Oh, disgusting.
I'm sure Thankful was thankful that she didn't have to do that.
Well, as much as I'd really not like to start cooking lunch with that on my mind, we'll all get hungry here in a moment. Plus, I want to send Joshua off with a full belly. You boys want to come help me gather some firewood?
Of course.
Sure thing.
Actually, I'd like just a moment in here by myself.
Oh, okay.
William, if you don't want to work, that's fine. Just say so.
I'll be out there in just a little bit. I need to do something.
Go ahead, hon. We'll be right out there.
William takes the room in. He then crosses over to his rocking chair and he sits down.
Oh, my baby.
Well, Papa.
Oh, how are you?
Better than sunshine on a pine tree, Papa.
Good.
Where's Mama and everyone else?
Oh, they're out back getting some firewood.
Shall I go help them?
No, actually, I was hoping you'd be able to help me.
You aren't gathering firewood, though, Papa. You were sitting in your rocking chair.
Yeah, that's correct. I was just getting in one last good seat.
What do you mean?
Help me tear it apart, honey.
What?
Help me tear it apart. We can use it as firewood.
But, Papa, this is your favorite chair. Wasn't it a gift from Dr. White?
Yes, but I believe it's time to reevaluate its purpose.
He rises and moves to the back of the chair. He holds the top with his hands as he proceeds to stomp on the back legs to no effect. Slowly but surely, the chair begins to fall apart.
This will make excellent firewood, don't you think?
If you say so, Papa.
I know so. Here, start carrying some pieces over to the stove.
Oh, but Papa, I'm still so weak.
Don't give me that. I know when you're strong enough to carry something.
Here I get my strength from Mama.
That's right.
That must be why she's outside gathering firewood and you're in here breaking up furniture.
They load the rest of the wood into the stove. They embrace. Fade to black. End of play.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Turpentine by Brenden Taylor, directed by Jade Hurst. Let's give him a hand real quick. Woo! This is me trying to represent the appreciation. Internet theater is hard. So, very much appreciate everybody sticking around for this evening so far. This concludes the performance side of the evening, but that is not to say the evening is over. Caitlin, what do we have ahead? While you bring Brenden up, I would like to go ahead. Woo! Party. While he's coming on, I want to go ahead and ask the first question for the audience, and also want to go ahead and let them know, as we mentioned early on, there are ways to donate to continue making sure that this support is able to continue. We'll post this link a time or two throughout the night just to make sure, because I know this chat will go up and down faster at different speeds here. You may always make your donations along there. Also, I want to make sure that we're being clear about the structure for the rest of the night here. I would like to ask the audience a question to consider and to put in the chat while we talk with Brenden and while we talk with Jade here momentarily. And then we'll bring up the cast and then we'll go to more questions from the audience. Here's the question I would like the audience to immediately be considering as far as putting into the chat. How would you describe turpentine to a friend? I'm going to repeat that question. I think I hear Caitlin typing away. Love it. How would you describe turpentine to a friend? So while you're thinking about that, Brenden, are you available? Hey.
I am. Yes, Kimmy.
Woo! All right, party. I don't know why I'm raising the roof here, but I'm just excited to see you here. And so, yeah, thank you so much for joining us. Really thought the reading went well. So, so glad that you shared the script with us. Thank you for that.
Oh,
I want.
absolutely. I appreciate y'all taking the chance on.
Yeah, anytime. I wanted to ask you, what was your process like as far as like your inspiration for the show? What inspired you to create this show?
Um, well, the story of I've known the story for a while, growing in Middle Tennessee and being familiar with the area, the folklore that goes on it. I've always been captivated by the story, and then to make it play. I don't know. I really know what gave me that idea. I thought it would be cool. It is a